12 to 8?
No,
12 to 4?
no, I don't want him around my baby by himself because of what he did to her 2 weeks ago.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
You both you swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I note that both are present and are making an appearance. Is that to be go and proceed?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're here on a suit affecting the parent-child relationship. We just have a few agreed and the rest are contested. I will read the agreed portions. Parties are in agreement that the child is currently on the government plan, and the father is unemployed and has no other children. Parties are in agreement for child support to be set at $209 a month beginning June 1st, 2025, and for medical support to be set at $113 beginning June 1st, 2025. There's no retroactive medical support, no retroactive dental support. The rest of the issues are contested, and I'll take testimony. Ms. Inyang, can you please state your full name?
Danielle Inyang,
Name and age of the child or children at this matter?
1 years old.
When you had Mr. Loftus sign an acknowledgement of paternity stating that he is the father,
Yes.
the agreed terms that I just read, are they still your agreements?
Yes.
Do you believe they're in the best interest of your child?
The visitation, no.
We've not gotten to that part, ma'am. Just the
Oh,
person.
okay, yes.
Are you asking the court to accept the agreed terms that I read?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about the parts that you did not agree to. Has there been acts of family violence between you and Mr. Loftus in the last 2 years?
Yes.
And a police was called for a family violence incident in February 2023, correct?
Correct.
And you were the person who was initially arrested, correct?
Correct.
Were there any charges filed in that case?
They dismissed them because I was the actual victim once I showed them the pictures.
Okay. Other than that incident, has there been any other incidents?
Yes.
And were the police called?
No.
So there were no charges in the other incidents.
No.
Were those incidents physical or verbal?
Both.
Okay, but for the physical ones, there were no, you did not call the police for those.
No.
And that was in the last 2 years.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any safety concerns with Mr. Loftus having your address and phone number?
Yes.
Are you requesting a non-disclosure of your address or both your address and phone number?
He already has my number, but my new address, I don't want him to have it.
Okay. And you're also requesting to be named the sole managing conservator for the child, is that correct?
Correct.
And that's because of the safety concern issues too, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Where does Mr. Loftus live?
In Louisiana.
Okay, so he's over 100 miles away.
Correct.
And you're wanting for the times that he does have visitation for it to be supervised.
Correct.
Who is the person you would like to supervise the visit?
He has a cousin that I'm friends with.
What is the name of the cousin?
India Atkins.
Mr. Loftus, you have some other people talking in the background. Can you tell them to be quiet?
Wait 1 second.
So for the supervised visitation, Ms. Inyang, Would you be in agreement for the father to have visitation um on Saturdays from 12 to 8?
No,
12 to 4?
no, I don't want him around my baby by himself because of what he did to her 2 weeks ago.
I understood that you said you want supervised visitation by his cousin, India Atkins, correct?
Correct. That's if she agrees to it.
Okay. But you want supervised visits.
Correct.
Would 12 to 8 for supervised visits work for you?
Sure.
You said sure?
Yes.
Okay. If India Atkins is not available, would you be in agreement for another competent adult to supervise the visits?
Yes.
Okay. You are requesting retroactive child support, correct?
Yes.
The state calculated retroactive child support to be an amount of $3,553 to be repaid at $68 a month. Would you be in agreement with that?
Yes.
Now, has the father given you any financial assistance towards your child during this period?
No, he hasn't had a job since I had her.
Okay. All right, I passed the witness, Your Honor.
Hold on. What happened 2 weeks ago, Miss Inyang, that affects the visitation issue?
He slammed my baby and he said it was an accident, but it didn't look like an accident because I was looking in the mirror and she started throwing up after he did that.
Take the
And
child to the doctor?
yes.
What did the doctor say?
Um, they didn't really say anything.
Okay, so they didn't know that there was any medical issue with the child?
No.
Okay. All right, go ahead and call your next witness.
Mr. Loftus, can you please state your full name?
James Loftus.
Earlier, sir, did you hear the earlier agreements that I read?
Yes.
Were those earlier agreements still your agreements?
Yes.
And do you believe those parts are in the best interest of your child?
Yes.
And when you had your child, you did sign an acknowledgement of paternity stating you're the father, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about the parts that you are not in agreement with. Are You're not in agreement to the mother's request for non-disclosure, is that correct?
Well, I'm fine not knowing where she lives as long as I'm able to contact uh, her for the baby.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I'm fine not knowing where she lives as long as I'm able to contact her for the baby.
Okay, so you're in agreement for the non-disclosure of her address.
Yes.
Has there been acts of family violence between you and Miss Yang in the last 2 years?
No.
Okay, so you're not in agreement for finding of family violence.
Right.
Okay, and the incident that happened in 2023, who was arrested?
Uh, she was.
Okay, and you called the police?
Yes.
And can you explain what happened?
Uh, I called the police by accident because I hit the emergency button on the phone and the police ended up showing up. But I never pressed charges. It was up to the Richardson police to do the charges. They wanted to press them.
So you did not mean to contact the police during that incident, is that correct?
No, I did not mean to
Okay.
contact them.
Are you in agreement for the mother to be named sole managing conservator?
No.
Okay. Now you do understand if there is a finding of family violence, the mother will be named sole managing conservator. You understand
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. But if there's not a finding, you're asking to be named joint managing conservator.
Yes.
Do you believe that you are able to communicate with Miss Inyang to make decisions for your child?
Yes.
Do you two currently communicate and make
No.
decisions together?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And you live in Louisiana currently,
Yes.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be in agreement to have supervised visits on Saturdays once a month from 12 to 8?
Sure.
Would you be in agreement for that supervised visitation to be supervised by your cousin, India Atkins?
Mm, sure.
The state calculated retroactive child support to be an amount of $3,553, and that's for the 17 months that you've not lived together.
Um,
Are you in agreement to that?
no.
Sir, if you can be clear, I can't tell if you're saying yep or no.
Oh, no.
You're not in agreement. Have you given any financial assistance in the last 17 months?
Yes. Not much, but some.
How much have you given?
Um, I'm not too sure. I want to say roughly, let's see, maybe about 1,500.
1,500? Okay. And how have you given her sales checks?
Just cash, well, through Cash App.
You've given her money through Cash App
Mm-hmm.
and you can provide those receipts?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're given credit for 1,500, then that would put your retroactive child support at $2,053 a month. Are you in agreement to that?
Yeah.
And would you be in agreement to repay that at $30 a month?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any safety concerns with Miss Inyang having your phone number or your address through the court records today?
No.
Okay. And court costs are billed to you today. Are you in agreement, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness.
All right. The parts y'all agreed to at the beginning, those are all fine. Being that the father lives out of state, I'm going to appoint the mother as a sole managing conservator, since it'd be pretty hard to be joint managing if y'all live near each other. I'm not making a finding there's been any family violence within the last 2 years. There's no evidence of that. If anything, the evidence is that Miss Yang is the one that was the aggressor, but I'm just going to put in here for the order's sake that there's been no family violence. I'm not granting your non-disclosure request. Each of y'all are required to notify each other of each other's addresses now and anytime that it can change in the future. It's going to be really important, being that y'all live in two different states, for y'all to have each other's contact information. Phone numbers is not enough, so I'm not granting the non-disclosure request. Y'all made this child together. I expect y'all to be parents together. You cannot just change it just because it's too late now. The child is here. Y'all are made an option and a decision to be together, at least to be parents of this child for the rest of your lives. And so that's what's going to happen. Y'all can't just eliminate the other person. So we're going to have a standard visitation order. Mr. Loftus can pick 1 month, 1 weekend per month to do visitation from Friday at 6 until Sunday at 6. If you wind up moving back to DFW area, you can have every other weekend visitation from Friday to Sunday. Um, and of course, if y'all agree to something different that you want to do, you definitely can do that as well. But what I'm ordering is standard visitation if we don't have any other agreements. For retroactive or back child support, I'm entering a judgment of $2,000 even, payable at $30 a month until paid in full. Court costs as billed to Mr. Loftus. The Attorney General's office will put that all in a court order, email y'all a copy. Those are the orders that you will have to follow, even if you don't agree. Make sure all payments in the future, beginning in June, are paid through the child support office. You're done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Thank you.